What's going on, everybody? What's going on? Blink here. Thank you for tuning in and watching my video. This is just a short guide on the Reckoning for the new game mode in the Gambit Drifter Area DLC. So with that being said, I'm just going to go ahead and start off with this is Tier 1. I'm on my Hunter. As you know, I only made my Hunter. I was about 647 at this time. It didn't take me long. It took me about 5 days to get up to 680. It was just my birthday, March 15th. So thank you guys for the happy belated B-Day. And with that being said, we're just gonna go ahead and get this started. So and feel free to show me some love. Follow me on Instagram _classicman will_. I stream randomly, but feel free to follow me on Twitch as well, Blink. And with that being said, so basically the strategy you want to do for this is you want to have at least one hunter with tether. I mean, you can always cheese it with highlight overpowered weapons, Nova bombs, wells, you know, the full warlock lineup. Titans are somewhat effective if you have a Titan with Ward of Drawn. The Helm of Saint, you can have Blessings of Light that bring that back from Destiny 1, pretty cool. But I'm running Blades on this Tier 1 right here. And I was actually, you know, this is like, I think my second or third run from doing Tier 1, I believe. And I thought it was pretty interesting how they brought this game mode in where it's kind of like Prison of Elders from Destiny 1. I love Destiny 1 and I like what they're doing here. I really like what they're doing with the way the game is going. You can now do a 4-player game mode with friends now. You don't have to just do 3-player game modes. You do 4 players, so you don't have to leave out that extra friend. You can do this now. But basically Tier 1 is pretty straightforward. All you really do is, you know, you kill as many ads as possible. You charge up that dominance, and you excel in that. You get that up really quick. And you see we have a Warlock with the Well here. Warlock with the Well is very important because of the ads. If you're 6, the requirement to do Tier 1, I believe, is was it 640, I believe, to do Tier 1, and I think it's at 650 requiring. That's the required, that's the preferred light. So you can start it at 640. And for me here, I was only 647, and yeah. So, you know, if you have the right elemental burn, solar, arc, or void, it makes it a whole lot easier. I had sleeper in this. I believe it was solar burn. That's why I was running blades. And then here we are. We're on the boss phase. After we filled up our dominance, we got to the Taken Champion. You defeat the Taken Champion within a time limit. Of course, which is a positive thing. You get rewarded for it. But there is a bounty that you get from the Drifter that enables you to get gear from completing this. If you complete that bounty, you get upgrades for Gambit Prime bounty. Gear. And with that, Gambit Prime gear enables you to strategically set up your armor sets so you can have a preferred lineup in Gambit Prime with friends or randoms. For example, I'm really into PvP and I like to invade, so I set myself up with the Invader bounty from the Drifter. So after you do, I think, one game of the Reckoning, I think he'll tell you to come and speak to him. And I believe that's when you pick up a weak synthesizer. Or I believe you get the weak synthesizer before you go speak to him. Actually, I believe that you can get it from him, but if I'm correct, the Drifter gives it to you. And yeah, so you want to get that weak synthesizer. I'll cover that a little bit later on in the video, though. I wasn't trying to touch on too much of that right now. But yeah, so we completed the first tier. First tier wasn't that hard at all, really. First tier was pretty easy. This is what the second tier is like. After you complete dominance on the second tier, you go straight up the middle of the map and you follow that little green icon right there, and you go up the hallway with your teammates. I marked the 2 tether spots at the beginning of the video. If you want to rewind that, I marked 2 tether spots with my grenade and my smoke. But if you have a tether, you want to tether at least at the bottom of the stairs, or you want to tether at the top of the stairs. I could have tethered twice and got my tether back. But you see, as the bridge fills up for tier 2, you can keep going, turn around. That's another tether spot for any hunters that want to learn how to do this. Definitely prefer to only have at least one tether You don't need 2 tethers. You want a high DPS. If a hunter's know what he's doing, you have 1 tether. But right here, I had a team that kind of wasn't, you know, really aware of what to do. I didn't have a warlock with the well, so it just made it 10 times harder. I mean, I was just carrying hard, rolling around here, going invisible. You want to make sure you have at least 1 warlock with the well. You want to have at least 1 titan with the bubble, at least, if you don't have a warlock with the well, and everyone else on DPS supers. But basically for tier 2, you go through 6 waves of the bridge, and each wave you have to kill ads that spawn behind you. Those all come out of the walls. There's snipers on the sides, which is what you got to keep your focus on. If no one's killing the snipers, it's going to be 10 times harder, and I was the only one killing snipers here. So make sure you have someone killing snipers. Please take out those snipers. And reses are very crucial. If you do not get that res, your team will have to run from the beginning of the bridge. You don't want that to happen. Run all the way up the bridge. And you see how much time is lost. I almost died here. I think I do die. I was just trying to get as many reses. This is really a bad run, but I kind of just put this together just so I could give people some insight on, what to do. And usually I don't have teammates die, especially on tier 2, but sometimes tier 2 can be challenging if you don't have the right team, you're not communicating. I was running this with randoms or the right lineup. Yeah, so you see the tether is pretty much the same. As you keep going up, you want to have that tether in that same spot. Snipers, it speaks for itself. And then here we are right here. Teammate got down. Yeah, revives are crucial, guys. Revives, ads, and snipers. And then focus, after you tether, if you get the hunter's tether, you focus on those ultras. Focus on those ultras all together. I had Thunderlord to burn his arc this week. So if Thunderlord is a good tool to use. Solar, of course, Sleeper. Not so much for Whisper, unless you have a well with Lunafaction boots, and you have really good aim. Sleeper Shotgun is really nice with this as well. The Aikilos Shotgun is a really nice lineup. I think I died here. I believe I died right here. I know I didn't clutch it all the way. I could only clutch it to maybe the last one. Yeah, I know I died. Yeah, here we are. Yeah. And then a warlock, with those warlock legs, where you can have infinite beam. Well, you have a longer beam. Those warlock legs are really useful as well. You can go to your collections at any time and look up all the exotics per character, and you can actually whip out more recent exotics without having to use enhancement cores, scaling to your light level. If anybody didn't know that, so that's just a really helpful tip. And I really found that out not too long ago when I did the Scourge of Pass raid. I just started playing Destiny 2 again. It's starting to feel like D1, so the more it feels like D1, the more I'm coming back. And yeah, you want to have that hunter with the tether. See, was I the only hunter this whole time with tether? Because I didn't see the other one tether. But yeah, so anyways, once you get to the boss, you want to DPS the boss. And this, by the way, this is just like tier 2. That was basically the tier 2 boss right there. And once you get to the knights on tier 2, it's basically the same as tier 3 this week. And you have to kill these guys. You have to kill the hermit, stand in the light and DPS. And you want to make sure you watch the ads as well. And with that being said, this is tier 3, so I was playing a little bit more cautious on this one. And here we are. I'm about to explain it to you again. So you see the hermit right there. As soon as you get past the bridge, this works for tier 2 and tier 3 this week because it's both the same boss. And you DPS the hermit just like in Gambit Prime. After you get him down, this was a pain. I was only 681, 682. We got him down. Luckily, I had higher light teammates. Yeah, you're standing there, you DPS the boss, and yeah, he was dead. There you go. Was that tier 2? That was tier 2.
Welcome to a brave new world.
Yeah. So tier 2 was actually pretty easy, pretty straightforward. And yeah, I was encouraging my teammates. I was like, yeah, good job, guys. And then so basically, yeah, there we go. There's tier 3. So tier 3 is the same thing. It's the same boss like I was just saying earlier. The hermit was much harder in this one. I was getting my tail whooped. And here comes Here comes the knights with the swords. Make sure you tether those ads and have a well going so you can focus on DPS. That is a really effective method. I'm telling you guys, I'm stressing it to you. In every game mode, even in Gambit Prime, Warlock Well is overpowered. Blessings of Light is even nice too, with the Ward of Dawn Titan helmet. Hunters with Tether, basically the whole entire Void, well, the Void tree for the Titan and the Hunter are really good for PvE events like this, and then the Warlock Well is kind of like Self-Radiance, but for the team, keeps everybody alive. So, but yeah, thanks for tuning in, guys. Make sure you get your synthesizers upgraded so you can get your preferred armor pieces and armor gear. I'll be covering more in my next video. Thank you for tuning in, and I hope you guys have a great time. I hope you learned something. Thank you so much, and have a good day. All right, bye-bye.